It's me, Dr. Schramm, sitting out here on a nice, peaceful Friday afternoon. It's crazy in the house right now. Three boys are a little stir crazy from being out of school today. So, if you didn't see me today on Pet of the Week on Channel 4, we talked about the top 5 poisonings that are reported to the ASPCA's Animal Poison Control Center each Easter holiday. So I thought I'd run over those real fast and put them on the website and on Facebook today. So, number 1 is chocolate. Of course, if you didn't hear our story about little Miss Savannah climbing up onto the kitchen table and pulling off 1/4 of a 7-layer chocolate cake at Christmas, she did, and we had to call our friends at the Animal Poison Control Center on Christmas night, and they answered the phone. They're excellent people. She also got into both of the Valentine's boxes over Valentine's weekend while we went to visit Mandy's parents, and that led to not a toxicity, but a mess in the house that we had to clean up. So, great. So, excuse me, it's springtime. Ha! Watch out for the Easter baskets, okay? It's going to be candy in those eggs. If you hide one in the yard or the house that you forget about, the dog will find it for you. Open it up and eat the candy. If you leave the Easter basket sitting in a place where the dog can find it, he or she will, and they'll get in there and eat that chocolate. So, as we refine chocolates, we take out most of the toxic principles, but dark chocolate has more of the toxic principles, and cocoa powder is probably the most toxic that we have in the house. So, be careful with those things. Any questions whatsoever, you can go online and find any of the chocolate toxicity calculators. Put in your dog's weight, put in the type of chocolate, about how much you think they ingested. It'll give you an idea of about how toxic it might be, and then you'll know whether to contact the Animal Poison Control Center or not. Chocolate, number 1. Number 2 are Easter lilies or peace lilies and cats. Quite toxic to cats. Every part of the plant. The pollen is toxic, the petals of the leaves, the stalks, the roots, even the water that the plant is sitting in. All of those things are toxic to the cat and can cause acute kidney failure. Very dangerous to the cat. We don't even like to have peace lilies in the house with the cat because they can chew on it and create an issue. Which is a shame because they're beautiful plants and they're hard to kill, so everybody loves them. However, they can kill cats, so no good. Keep those away from cats. Number 3 is actually the plastic grass that we put into the Easter baskets because dogs love to eat things. Any old kinds of things, right? That can cause an intestinal blockage. That can make for a very long wait at the emergency clinic. That could lead to a very expensive surgery. No good at all. Okay, and then number 4 was table scraps. Table scraps. Not only can it cause stomach upset, diarrhea, vomiting, things like that, but if your pet is on a pretty stable diet, pretty bland diet, even particularly if they're on a weight loss diet with low fat, and they suddenly get a lot of fat, say all the ham trimmings, you could trigger pancreatitis, and pancreatitis can be just a devastating disease in some dogs. Very painful, a lot of vomiting, send them into shock, no good, no good. So let's keep the table scraps to a minimum and away from the dog. Keep them out of the trash. And the ham bone. Does your dog really need a bone? No, your dog is not a wolf, number 1, okay? They evolved away from that right along humans eons ago, okay? There's genetic studies to prove that. Number 2, we have cooked the bone. Alright, so even if your dog wanted the bone, we've now cooked the bone and made it much harder, more brittle substance than a natural dog, wild dog, or a wolf would eat. So it's not the same bone that an animal in the wild would be chewing on. It's going to be more brittle, it's going to break, it's going to have more shards, it's going to create more issues. And I have taken that nice round ham bone out of the stomach of a dog, got lodged in the intestinal tract. So we don't need no bones. And number 5 are herbicides that we're all using at springtime. They can be toxic. They can create issues. Most dogs won't eat them because they are better tasting, but they can create issues. And also, all natural fertilizers. They usually have a lot of bone meal in them, and they can create quite a problem. They can create very high blood calcium levels. Can be very toxic, and there are no warnings on these products because they are all natural, and the companies don't want you to know how toxic they can be. They can be very bad, and so keep those away. That van you hear in the background is the air conditioning guy, and hopefully my air conditioner now works. I'm not holding out hope, because it didn't sound good when he made the diagnosis, but hope springs eternal, because that attic fan, it's really nice, but you know, during the day, Anyway, you guys have a wonderful weekend. The weather looks like it's going to cooperate for the most part. So have a great time, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.